everybody, and how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called The Flower Patch, where at The Flower Patch I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements from door wreaths, door swags, things for the home decor, things for your garden, things even for your business, weddings, funeral tributes and much more. Right, today guys, I just want to say again, thank you so much for all your wonderful comments. You're just such a wonderful family to me. I forgot on my list to welcome all the new subscribers. It's in the house and there's nobody in today. They're all at work. It's so peaceful. So I've got no noise or anything. I don't know if I'm going to get disturbed for a delivery. Who knows? I've just been told that the delivery guy, the courier's received the parcel, so I don't know if it's coming. But I had a message not long ago, a week or so ago, from a lady who wants to do a wrist corsage for, I think, her daughter or her, excuse me if I'm so wrong, your granddaughter, I can't quite remember, that you'd like to do one. So we're going to do one. Oh, well, we're going to do two. One with pinks, purples and whites, one with yellows and purples. The ribbon, the wrist corsages that I have, I've just taken two off and started preparing them and thought, oops, I need to show you what they look like. They come in a pack of 6. They're very narrow, classic, wrist bracelets for the corsage, pearls. You can get them thicker than this. You can get all different types of corsage bracelets. I like it, when it's weddings and prom nights and things like that. I like it to be glitz and glammy, pearls or diamantes. I don't like just the plain elastic. I just don't like that. If you're going to have something plain, just have a ribbon around, not elastic. That just reminds me of knicker elastic. Or panties. I don't know, is that what you call them in America, panties? Your underwear anyway. So I don't like them. Sorry if you think that's judgmental, that with you lot who may use it, but my personal opinion is I don't like them. But they come like that in a pack of 6. Well, they look like a rose in the centre with a plastic piece for you to attach your flowers on. I unravel. You just pull that, and it's just. I've got 2 pieces here. I've taken them off of one. It is. They sit. If I can hold them on. Once you've undone it, they sit like this. 2 pieces either side to attach your florals and tie your florals on. Now guys, I don't find that secure enough. I've tried it. The only way you can secure it and keep it really tight is glue it. Glue the bow when you tie your flowers on, because otherwise it will just come undone. And plus it has a tendency of fraying on the bottom, and I don't like that. So I pull it out, then that comes off with it. The plastic, I mean, it is set to become horizontal, so your flowers will come from your bottom to the top of your wrist. Highlight them, from left to right. So I turn that around. And once I turn that around, I then get some floral wire. I just get some. And then I go from the underside in here, place it through where one of the holes is. I can see, and then go through the hole there on this plastic, bring it up, get the other end of the wire, go underside through it again, and go through the hole, bring it up. Once you've placed that up, twist the bracelet, not the wire. because again, the wire could have a tendency of snapping. If you feel you can't get a grip on it, the wire, use some, cutters or flat-headed cutters just to tighten it slightly, but please be careful because it will snap if you go too hard. So now that's on. I will cut that off, and then there's a little bit sticking up. I will bend that over and flatten it onto the plastic. So now that is done. I will do the same with the other 2 holes because it has 4 holes. So I will go on the underside again, through the hole, and then do the same with that one, like so. Bring it up and then twist the bracelet. Again, if you feel that it doesn't look tight enough, just do a little twist again till it's tight how you like it. Then cut off the excess. And then you've got a little bit of sticking up. I mean, they're too big, those pliers, to grab. I do have some smaller ones. Look at those, aren't they tiny? For little jobs like this. And then just grab them, bend it over and push it down onto the plastic. And that will stop anything from scratching the person's wrist if you do it from the underside. So what I tend to do after, now that is more secure for me because that ribbon was loose. There was no knot holding it together. So you could just pull it and it would come out. Now that is secure. It's not going to drop off. It's not going to scratch the person's wrist because I've gone through it underneath. And I don't try these on, guys, because obviously the person that was wearing it may have, a smaller wrist than me, or hands for it to go over. So I don't like to, they can stretch. So I just place them on the bottom of my fingers. Then you can have whatever colour you wish. I mean, I haven't got white, so I'm using green. So let me just move those out of the way. So I've got a bit of felt. Now, there is the square. I want to cover that because I've got that wire there. So I just place the felt on, the bracelet, the square on, like so, and cut around the square with a pair of scissors. Let me just make sure that's like so. So you've got that. I now glue that onto the plastic. I get my glue gun, I place the glue on the plastic, and I make sure it goes around the corners because it needs to be stuck, and in the centre as well. I tend to cover it basically like so. I then get the felt, place it on top like that. Again, you can use whichever colour you wish. I usually use white, or cream. I've not got none of that left. So I'm going to use green, basically for the colour of foliage. So now you won't get any of the sharp bits coming through. I've already prepared one. Oh, it's got a bit of glitter on it. So now we have 2 ready and prepared. So that is that. So I'll place those there. Let's get the wire out of our way. I don't need, I will need the scissors. So now we have that. I've made a bow for the first one and I've done it in silver. I'm going to use the same ribbon for the second one. And what I'm going to do is bring the camera down now so you can see what we are doing. So one moment, everybody. I may zoom in again. Let's just bring it down. That looks better when it's down like that. So sorry guys if it's messing around. I just like you to see exactly what I'm doing. So for this you're going to need, I've got scissors, my cutters, your ribbon of your choice, your glue gun, which I've got switched on. Obviously you're going to need your wrist bracelets and your floral and foliage. Now again, like I say, I've already prepared this one. I've done 6 loops. I think there was 2-inch, yes, 2-inch loops. And for the first one, I've got out 2 Lysianthus or Istoma, some people know the correct botanical name, but I've got the Lysianthus 2 heads. I've also got out 1 sea holly, or thistle or sea holly, whichever again you may know it by, or erygnium. I've got 2 little pieces, aren't they cute, of pink lavender. I've cut several here because I don't know why, I just cut several. But I just pulled them off of the main stem so I can place them back on. But some baby carnations also in a pink and a lilac. I've also got, oh, my wonderful favourite flower, guys, the ranunculus. Look at that. Isn't that pretty colour? Isn't it beautiful? And it looks like it's got its pollen seeds in the centre as well. Oh, it's wonderful. 2 tiny little pieces of fern for my greenery. As you can see. Some little bits of wildflower also. Again, I may not use all of this, guys. It's just what I've just trimmed down. I could use them on the next one. And I've got I've cut these bits off of one, and I've got some euphorbia as well. So I've got that. Little pieces as well for foliage, and just 2 pieces of ivy. Again, I may not use it all. And also, I've got some tulle ribbon. You don't have to use the tulle ribbon at all. So what we are doing, guys, I've got tulle ribbon for the other one as well. I don't always use it. It's, I just saw it this morning and I thought, what can I use? Some tulle ribbon on this one. But I've got it in the pink glitter. So, first of all, we're going to be sticking things on now with our glue gun to our felt. So I want to cut some tulle ribbon, and I'm going to do it around, let's say, 6 inch long. And I'm just going to do it for 2 pieces. Let's just measure with that one. Like so. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the middle piece here, bring it up. Again, you just get the middle piece, find the centre or thereabouts, hold it with your thumb and finger, get your hand and then pull that down. There is a little piece like so. Now that is going to go on the end. So I'm going to put a bit of glue on the back of the ribbon or the tulle ribbon, and I'm going to stick it on to my felt like so. You may get bits of glue all over you guys. It can be one of those like the buttonholes, you know, a bit of glue everywhere. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. Grab the centre and then stroke it down. Basically, you're just stroking the ribbon. And then it will come out once it's sat. So then if you don't want the glue on the ribbon, you can place it on here instead, like so. If that makes it easier for you. And just overlap it slightly and just hold it till that's on. So you've got that effect. Now the ribbon that I've done, the silver ribbon that we've with the frayed edge, that is going to sit on there in the center, and then all our florals and everything we are going to glue onto the felt and on the ribbon and things like that. So let me just cut that little bit of spiky bit there off. So let's put a bit of glue on the back of our ribbon. Find the central point and just place it on. Just hold it for a few minutes to, you know, a couple of seconds or so to allow it to dry. So now you've got your pink tulle ribbon, and again you can fluff this up. Oops, I let go too soon, guys. I let go too soon. Let me just place a little bit more on to secure it. But you can fluff it up. I'll fluff it while I'm holding it. Just to give it that little bit of a bounce. Like so. I mean, that's going on your wrist. Make it look like a flower. So we'll just hold on to that a moment. I don't want it to come off again. I mean, I do sometimes, and with the tulle ribbon, sometimes I don't add ribbon, but I just sat here and I looked up and I thought, yeah, let's add a bit of tulle ribbon. You can manipulate this slightly, you know, just fan it out a little bit to make it look a bit fuller. I mean, I've got diamantes on it, you know, glitter, just so it's, you know, sparkly for the prom night. Now, we've got this on it. I don't want that stem on it because I need it to be flat. So I'm chopping it off. I will get glue on here as well. And this is going to sit in the center, like so. And again, just hold it until it is set. And I just tend to, you know, hold onto it for a few seconds. And the reason I tend to put the felt as well on the plastic is because sometimes when you're gluing onto, you know, like the artificial flowers onto plastic, sometimes it just doesn't set properly and it slides. So you need something a bit drier like the felt for it to sit on to, you know, stop it from sliding. So that's what we have so far, guys. Isn't that pretty already? And the same with all these, what I've got these little stems on. if you don't want them, take them off if you're sitting them really flush. I can glue that in now and attach it to the ribbon, and so I can do it the same on this side, like that. So I'm going to be attaching them on to our ribbon. So again, get some glue. If you want to cut it smaller, you know, you don't want it as big, the little stem, just chop a little bit off. And again, just put some on the top. And I tend to put some around the side as well, so it just sits perfect. And then I just go through and push it in. And again, let it stick. Get the other one. Cut a little bit off. And again, I put it on the bottom also because it's going to be sticking, pushed in. So you want it something to hold it in on the bottom also. And then push that in so it can stick onto your ribbon as well. Doesn't that look pretty already? On your wrist, guys. Isn't that wonderful? So they are now the biggest flowers in. So you can start to add in bits of foliage. You can bring it round here. And if I added things like this, I would probably go under the bow, stick it just slightly under there, but I would go opposite, or I would come under the Lisianthus and extend it, because, you know, outwards. So I more than likely do it like that. So you have it like so. Because you can manipulate these because they have got wiring. You do want your arrangement to come over your wrist, you know, downwards like so. So it's like a crescent shape. You don't want it just sitting flat, basically like that. You don't want that. You want it to bend slightly like that, so it looks like it's fitting around your wrist. So let's get these in. Oh, I nearly dumped it in the glue pan. And then I'm going to lift up and I'm going to push this under. I don't want too much of it sticking out so it looks odd. And I'm going to do the same with this. Lift it up, push it in. There we go. So you can still see bits of your tulle ribbon also. And it still looks lovely and pretty, guys. Now, I want something like my beautiful ranunculus around the centre to bounce off of that lovely purple. So, again, I'm going to cut the stem because it needs to go a little bit further than some of the Lisianthus. So I'm leaving a little bit of a stem on it. And then I'm just going to push it in like that. And again, I'm not having all of that. I'm leaving at least, if you can see that. So I'm leaving the main piece where the stem is inside, and then just at least about 5 mil of normal stem, because again, I'm going further in. I need the length. And just glue around it. And then push it in to where you need it to sit, like so. Doesn't that look pretty? So I could either add a little bit of wildflower with it, or I could add I could add one of these actually on top of those to give that a pretty look. So let's get the lavender. So I'm going to take the few of the little leaves off of the lavender. If you can't pull them, just snip them off, because you won't see these leaves. Get your glue. Again, this is going a bit further in now, so I need a bit of length on my stem. Lift up the leaf from the Lisianthus and just let that lie on top of the fern. And do the same with this one. Oh my goodness, guys, my belly's grumbling. I don't know if you can hear it. I've had breakfast. I'll just cut a little bit of that off. And then again, glue the stem. Lift up your Lisianthus. Place it under there. Push it in and allow it to sit on there. Like so. So I may get purple there and bring those there, like so, either side of the pinks. Like that. And then get, I could bring, let me just say, or do I just have one? Yeah, I think it's just one. I don't know about these. Yeah, we'll put a bit of those in. So I'm going to place these in. And again, I've cut these right down. I'm just going to glue around, all around it. And I'm going to stick those onto the sea holly, just like so. I've got no stem on here at all. That, like that. A bit of plastic there. So that is like that. So you have that effect at the moment. And that will sit lovely on your wrist. And then now you can manipulate so they will start to bend over. Like so. So as you can see now, it's curving over, which will go over the wrist. Doesn't that look wonderful? So we don't want those. I've got buds here actually. I might place the buds in instead. Cut a little bit of the stem. Just see. Yeah, we're going to place the buds in on the ends like so. I'm not going to use a little wildflower, but I am going to place, I think, I may place a bit of greenery here on either side. So 4 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll keep those aside. So let's get in our buds. Just put a some glue on the ends of that. Lift up again. And bring it to where you would like. So that's one. Do the same with this one. Lift up. Just push it in. So you've got that. Doesn't that look wonderful, guys? So pretty. Just with that little bit of tulle ribbon as well, just sets it off. And I'm going to place a bit of greenery at the side of the Lisianthus. So we've got some green there as near the top as well. So it's not just all, you know, just the two pieces at the bottom. So let's do the same with these. Glue some of the stem. Go under and just sit it in like that. I did have a lady a while back thinking that she'd have to wire everything through the corsage bracelet. Oh gosh, back in the day maybe, you know, guys, when I first started, we did have to wire things, especially because there was real flowers, you know. You can still wire things, you can still do it with wire, even with artificial. But I think it's better, you know, by gluing them in. It just gives that ease. It's easier. Because if you was wiring them, you would have to use the floral tape and wire each stem onto, say, like the sea holly, and then attach it to the bracelet. So there's a bit more to it than just gluing it. I've done it where there's wires and it can be quite fiddly sometimes, especially if you're new to it and you're not really sure. Just stick that bit there for a bit of greenery. And again, just manipulate everything, lean it down like so, and then just fluff up your little bow again. So that would sit beautiful. So that's our first one, guys, and that would sit beautiful on any young girl or lady's wrist for any special event, whether it be a wedding, you know, a prom night, or, you know, if you've celebrating passing your exams or anything like that, and you're all going out, or on a hen night as well, if you want your ladies to wear things like this on your hen night, celebrating and getting married, having a ladies' party, you can wear things like this. Anything that you're celebrating and you want some corsages, they would look lovely, guys. And again, with it having the beads instead of just elastic, like I say, knicker elastic. Sorry, but they look better where you've got, you know, this pearly stuff or diamantes or anything. And again, you won't see the green because it'll be on the wrist, and you can't even see the wire that is in it either, where we've attached it. So that is your first one. Isn't that lovely? So we'll keep that one there. Let's just get rid of our mess. And we'll do the other one. Now, I've got some oddments of this. It's the same ribbon as that one, but it's in gold. And I'm going to do this one slightly more simpler. I may use a bit of that foliage. Who knows, I may do it simpler, I may just do it very similar, who knows, as we go along. But on this one, I've got one single very pale lemon rose. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that actually so, so pretty? I like yellow, but I don't like, well, I say I like all colours. I prefer, should I say, the very pale lemon when it comes to, if I'm choosing a yellow. I prefer the lemon. I think it's more subtle. It's beautiful. I've got my ranunculus again, guys, because I can't get enough of them. I could have used anything else. You could use, again, little daisies if you like, little rosebuds. You could use wildflower. Oh my goodness, you could use a bit of a stilby, you know, lavender instead. And again, seeds, just seed heads or things like that. Little baby carnations, you know, baby gerbras, anything, absolutely anything, guys. But I've chose to keep with the ranunculus today. It was just when I got the yellow out and I spotted these and I thought, oh gosh, I've got to have those. I can't not. I've got a bit of fennel as well, maybe to add in for our greenery. And they're still all on the long stems. I haven't taken these ones off. I've got a couple of rose leaves also, just with a set of 5 petals on. I've got our beautiful, guys, beautiful gypsophilia in lilac and purple, and a deeper purple. Isn't that divine? I love these because these are more realistic. They're not plastic. Well, the flowers are rubber on top, the rubber texture, and they are wonderful. So we've got those. And then I've got my tulle ribbon in the gold. Again, I'm doing it for like a prom, so a bit of glitz and glam, and that's what we're using for today. So if I just move all of those out of the way, we've prepared our bracelet. So now we are going to do our bow. I don't know how much I've got on this. This should be enough. Let's just tidy the end up. So all I'm going to do is I may do a 2.5 inch loop instead. Pinch it in the center, bring that down, twist, bring it in between our thumb and finger. If you want to check if it's the same height, bring your fingers in. If they meet at the top and they're pulling the same you know, then you know. If one's slightly looser than the other, you know they're not the same. Twist, bring it down again. Again, look, I'll do one a bit. No, they're the same. I've done that. That one's a bit longer. This one's slightly longer because my finger is slightly a few mil up. So I need to bring it down a little. That's better. And then twist. And I do the same with this, in between my thumb and finger. Just a little bit up. There's a bit too much. Twist. I hope I've got enough. I don't think I've got enough on this one, guys. No, I've not got enough. So I'm going to have to look for a bigger piece. I don't think I've got a bigger piece. I'll have to do it shorter. I'll just have to do it shorter. I'll have to do it at 2 inch. There. Bring that tail end out of the way. Gather or pinch. Twist. Place it in between your fingers. twist. There we have it. Get a bit of floral wire. Go around the back. I tend to, when they're this small, hold it like that and then just twist it, because I can fluff it up. That's not a problem. Let me just tidy that end bit. Like so. And then fluff up our loops. Like so. So that is our little one ready for sticking on there. So then now we do the same with the tulle ribbon again. Let's do 6" again. Just got to lean back a minute. I should have got my rotary cutter out, but I think just for this little bit I don't see the point. So and do the same procedure, grab the center and then just do that. And again, if you want to do it like so first, put a bit of glue on your felt and pat it down. It will come through the holes of the mesh or the tulle ribbon, but that's okay. Oh my goodness, my tummy's rumbling and I don't know why. Do the same with that one. Put a bit over there on that as well. Place it so it's overlapping. And again, just press it down. Get some bits of glue. Let that dry. And while it's drying, you can get the glue off your fingers. You can do you haven't got to do them in the colours I'm doing. You can do them in any colour, whites, pearly whites, reds, oranges, any colour, absolutely any colour, what you desire or what matches your outfit, your prom dress, if it matches that. So now we've done our bow, we're going to cut the wire off. Glue our bow and then stick it in the center and allow it just to set. And again, you can fluff up your tulle ribbon haven't got to have it just like that. Fluff it up as much as you wish. Let that set. While that's setting, now I've got the greenery on here and I'm going, I think, to keep it. So what I want to do is take this stem off and the glue that it's got around it. So I may place that in first. So I'm going to just put a little bit of a dot there and then sit that like that. Now that will spread open like that once our rose is in. But I'm just going to hold it so it doesn't move out of position. So let it just dry. Shouldn't take long. I'll just get another glue stick. And then with this again, cutting that, I don't want that. And then glue the rose underneath. And then sitting that in the centre. Doesn't that look pretty? Just make sure it's not going to move. So do that again while you wait. You know, I mean, it doesn't take long, this glue. It's very quick drying, very quick. We can prepare our ranunculus. I don't want the leaves from this. I'm not sure about the little bit of seeds. We may use those, but the floral, all I did was snip them off individually, like that. And do the other one. So I don't want those. So then we have our ranunculus. Now with this, I want to just, I think I'll try and pull it off. Yeah, so pull that off. If you can't get a grab of it, I use my flat pliers, or they're called bent nose head. That's what they are. With the flat on here, and then they grab, and I can pull them. So I've got this, and I'm going to, again, I don't want all of that, so I want to spread it. If I take 2 pieces for now. So again, we may use those, we may not. Let's have a look. Maybe a bit long. First of all, let's get in our little ranunculus. I want to try and get a very similar size. I think it's going to have to be them too. Okay, and just cut a little bit off of the stem. place a bit of glue on. Sit that there. Like so. Then get some darker. You could bring those here, or you could extend the darker ones down. I think I'm going to go across. Cut those. Like so. I'm going to just lift that up, place that in so it sits flush. And do the same with that one. Glue the little stem. It's very quick, these are, guys. Once you know you've got the gist of it, so to speak. Oops, I've not even got it stuck on anything. Once you've got the gist of it, they are very quick to make. Like so. I've got two more. I could. Do I bring those down here as well? Yeah, let's bring those in. Glue that onto that one. You can have them as simple as you like. You can have them as busy as you like. You know, it all depends on your own choice. Now, I'm not going to put those in like that. I'm going to cut them. I don't want them in like that. So I want to bring under the ribbon like so. So if I show you how or where I want them to sit. Another one. Under the rose leaves. I'll just place them there, but they'll be sat better than, you know, a little bit better than that. It's just while I'm doing the placing of them before I actually glue them, because I want to make sure that they're all sat correctly. Do I place one? Let me just see what that may look like. No, that looks silly. I think two there. Do I bring one there? Do I bring one there? What do I just bring? It's foliage. Yeah, foliage. So then it'll be some foliage at either side. More likely underneath the ranunculus. So let's have a look at these berries, all those little white. And then I could bring those there. Or do I? Because I have got these little flowers, I could bring those in the centre. Let's get these in. I'm going to cut these really short, guys. Because again, I just need to sit these in. And I'm just going to place that there. That will dry. just by adding a little bit of tiny little things. And plus as well, guys, if you've got oddments of things like this, I don't like how that one's sat. If you've got oddments of things like this, use them. They will come in handy for corsages, you know, your little bits and bobs that you've got, that you've not, you know, left over from things. Use them for things like this. They really do come in handy. All right, now I may cut these slightly shorter, not much, but yes, I have oddments, and if I've got enough to do something like this, you know, for somebody, then I will. It's a great way to use up, you know, all your bits. Don't just go out and, I mean, I've just used an oddment for these Gypsophilia. It wasn't a fresh stem. It was a stem that had been cut off a main stem that I obviously cut too much and didn't use. That's what I call oddments, guys, is where I cut too much and I don't use it, and I have to put a band around it and place it back in its bucket. They're the oddments, what I call oddments. And I'm just placing that one there as well. Just a little bit of Gypsophilia. Now I've got this fennel again. You can cut lots and bits and everything off of them. I could easily bring that and have a piece either side. Some people don't like them too busy. Let me place these in. Some people like them quite minimalistic. They don't like it where it's overdone. I don't mind, you know. I like them all styles. I think it's what you do to it, you know, to make it look beautiful. Beauty is within the eye, and I think they're all lovely. Let's just get that in there. Again, just by using little bits and bobs like this, it really does add. Do I place that there, or do I place that? It's the little bits on the bottom that need pulling off. Yeah, we'll place that in. I'll stick this to the rose leaf. That's under the ranunculus. And again, do it to this one. Just pull off the bits at the bottom, so you've got a little bit of a stem to put some glue on. Like so. So I don't think I'm going to. Let's have a look at these. No, I don't want no more floral in. I think it's a bit too much. I just want it quite simple. Just to show you that what you can achieve. So I'm going to leave it like that. And again, that's another one. There's not really much here that you can lean it down on, but just press it down so it's got that curvature. Fluff up your loops on your bow. So there you have that one. So let's get rid of all of that. Move that out of the way. So we've done 2 wrist corsages. One, you know, with a bigger flower in the center, and this one's got 2 big flowers on either side instead, and this one's got smaller flowers. By using also tulle ribbon and a little bit more in this one with the lavender, the fern, the sea holly, your little baby carnations, lisianthus, and you know, things like that, and your bows. This one's just got a little bit of gypsophilia in, a bit of fennel, ranunculus, and your rose, and tiny, just 4 little pieces of tiny daisies or wildflower. So if you can see those, they will go on your wrist, you know, for a prom or for whichever. Again, you can do them in any colour, guys, absolutely any colour, any design, whichever you choose, which fits. And again, you've got your beautiful pearls underneath that will fit and look pretty on your wrist as well. So again, I won't put them on. I don't like to stretch them, because if I get a customer come in and they spot them and they want them for their daughter for prom, then they've not been used. So but that is how you create your beautiful wrist corsage. And again, you can use your oddments. So let me just place the camera up, guys, out of your way, my way, or whatever. Or place it in view, should I say. That's what I'm trying to look for, the correct word. Or place me in view now. So I can, well, I say I can see you, I can chat to you better. I feel that when the camera is down, I feel a bit rude, because I'm not chatting to you as you're watching. I feel like I'm just chatting to the workbench. I don't do that on a regular basis. But so I hope that helps, guys, and I hope to the lady who asked me about it, that also helps as well. That, you know, you don't have to wire your floral on. I've done it the simple way. I know that sounds awful, don't it? But I've done it the way where you're not going to be placing wires in, you know, using your floral foam, floral tape to wrap around each wire. Because what you would be doing if you did that, you'd have your main flower. I don't know, I haven't really got a main flower here, but I've got a bit of a stem here. But in fact, let's just place, if I can, with this. Say that's your main flower, and you want to leave, then you've got to have some with a bit of wire, and the wire you'd use would be very fine. You'd have to take that off and wire, if I can. What did I do? Oh, the wire. I've got some thin wire here. You'd have to get thin wire like this, guys. You can barely see it. You can't even feel the weight because it needs to be light. I can't get this one off. Can I get that one off? Oh my goodness, these are glued in. There we go. So you'd have to get your main one. If you wanted to add a bit of foliage, you'd have to place it around your stem of your leaf, wrap a bit of the wire around, then do that. So you've got a bit of a stem, attach it to that one, wrap it around so it's holding on to the main stem. Oh, somebody's here, guys. One moment. I didn't expect. I said we'd get disturbed, didn't I? Sorry about that, everybody. Yes, it was a parcel for me. I'd ordered some dark irises in dark purple. Anyway, getting back to what we were saying, you'd have to wrap your wire around there. Then you'd have to get your floral tape. Then attach it like so around just the top where you've been. And then if you wanted something else, let's say, oh, let's have a look. Say if you wanted a bit of this foliage, you'd have to place that there, get another wire, wrap that around it, so to speak, like so. And then get some more tape. It's all taping it up. It's a lot of taping. You've done that. Get another piece, guys, of whatever you want to use. I don't know. Let's say a bit of, you take the main stem off because it's thicker, you need it light. I always tend to glue these in, these thin ends. And then you've got that. Then you'd have to wrap that around. And then get your tape again, go over it so you cover the wire. That's all your tape is for, to cover the wire. And so on till you form whatever you are, you know, like your bracelet, till you form that sort of a shape. Once you've done, then you stick it on to your felt that you've placed in the center. Now I find by doing this, sticking it on as you go along is much easier, saves a lot of time wiring, and you can just stick your florals onto your ribbon and things like that. That can take a bit of time because you're constantly placing, you know, your wire on it, and then you just have to keep wiring. Place that on there, you know, again you could have something here. You have to get a wire again, go over to hold it on your main stem. Again, that's what you'd be doing, bringing it round. Get your tape again to hold it on. Just go down a bit. And just keep doing that, guys, till you've formed as many flowers as you want, you know, and you could have a big floral and place a big floral here. But then, you know, if you're doing the same on the other side, you'd have to copy what you've just done on this side, if you know what I mean. So then you'd have to start, you'd have to get a stem, because you'd cut, if I just get that, just cut that, then you'd have to get, say that we'd finish that side, hypothetically, then you would, what have we used? We've used one of those, so you'd have to get that like so. Get a wire, attach it on Again, a very, 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 very thin wire. Attach it on like so. Get your tape again. Go round with your tape to hold it on. Then you'd have to get perhaps a bit of, and you have to do the opposite of what you've just done. So that's placed here, so you'd have to place that one on that side. Get another piece of wire, go over it again to hold it onto there, tape it again like so, so you can't see no wire. And then you'd have to do the same with your flower, what would sit there, and then your ranunculus, and then your leaf, and you'd have to do it like that. And then you could attach your main flower in the center and then stick it on to your bracelet. So there is a lot of wiring, taping, wiring, taping. So that's the reason why I've shown you the simpler way of creating a wrist corsage without having to wire, because that can take time. So, and that is just as good. It's held on, nothing's coming off, you know, nothing's coming off of that one. They're both the same, you know, stuck on, put plenty of glue on to hold them there, and they're going to last. They're going to look beautiful on somebody's wrist as they enjoy their night out for their prom or for celebrating something special or even a wedding. So that is what I do, how I do my corsage. Now, if a customer actually asked me that they would prefer it to be wired, because I do give them the option, and I do also explain why the wired one would take more time. It would just be as good, but it'd take more time. By just gluing it, you know, it's a simpler way of doing it, and it's easier, and it's just as good. And it's also, they do stick just as much as the wired ones will. So I do give them the option. Majority of the people that have had say 8 out of 10 have gone for just the glued ones. So they're not, their answer to it is, oh gosh, don't sit around doing all that, or, you know, just glue them on if it's easier for you, or whatever's easier for you. Well, it's the gluing that's the easiest. So they've gave me the option and said if it's easy, do it. So I glue more than I do wire. But again, if they ask for wired ones, I will wire them. And again, you would have to then get your bigger, I don't know if I've got a floor. Oh, I've got a lily here. Then you'd get your bigger lily in the center, and you do the same what's here on this side. And then once you've wrapped everything round, then you have to glue it on, or you may have to wire the flowers that you've done onto the wrist corsage bracelet. It's entirely, you know, your choice how you attach it. But with all the wire and everything, it can be slightly heavier than what the gluing is. So you may have to use a bit of wire to attach it to the corsage bracelet to keep it securely in place. So again, it's a bit more to it if you're using wire, but it's just as effective. So again, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. And to the lady who was asking about it, I hope that really helps. Sorry if I'm late showing you. Again, I have been quite busy with things. And I've been doing a lot of different videos that I've been asked and requested as well. So I hope you don't mind. So if that's okay for you, and it, you know, that gives you an idea on the and I've done it the simpler way for you, my darling, and because not everybody's got the thinner wire to use, so I've done it that way instead. Let me get rid of those. I don't want those. Easier for yourself, and you know, more cost effective. I don't want that wire. So I hope that, you know, I hope that you enjoy making one for your family member. So I hope you'll give it a go, guys. Even if you're not doing one for anybody, just give it a go and try and, you know, learn to create, because in case somebody just come along and say, have you ever made a wrist corsage for a prom night? If you give it a go, you can say, yes, I have. And then make one. You can always take it apart after, because everything is glued to the felt. So you can take it apart and save the bracelet. So again, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you have a wonderful time trying in any which colour that you may, you know, that you may desire. So please subscribe, share and like. And I hope that you share to the world, to all the beautiful people out there, to all the wonderful people out there, the creative people out there as well. I'll hold them like that, because I feel odd doing that. I feel like I've got wings. So again, try and give it a go. Even if it's just having a little practice and you're not doing it for anybody, just have a practice and have a little go. And you'll be surprised how easy it is, and you'll love it. And if you fancy a bit of tulle ribbon, you know, invest in a bit of tulle ribbon. It is cheap. It's very thin and cheap, and it's cheap, but it gives off a fabulous effect, you know, on any corsage. It makes it look really special. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. So again, please subscribe, share and like. Give us a love heart, a thumbs up, a little comment if you like. You know, I really do appreciate it, and it really does help. And I'll see you all tomorrow. God bless, and thank you all to you new subscribers, and welcome to the Flower Patch. And have a wonderful day, and take care. I love you all. Bye for now. Bye. I'll do a close-up too, guys. Let's just take it off. Right. Our daily close-up. There is your lovely lemon rose. Isn't that pretty? And your ranunculus. Oh, let me just place that one back into how it should sit. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, well, it's probably semi-opened. But your purple, and then your lilac ranunculus with your bit of fennel and your rose leaves with one little stem of gypsophilia, if you can see in that there, with a little white wildflower, and your gold ribbon and your tulle ribbon as well. And this one, you've got your sea holly in the center with your baby carnations, and your pink, your lovely pink ranunculus with the seeds in the center. Look, isn't that good? And your silver ribbon, and your white lysianthus, and a bit of fern, and your what did I call? I keep getting like unanimous in my head. I wonder if yeah, I'm sure it's that. And your little pink lavender there, and then again your pink tulle ribbon and with the glitter on, and on the back your lovely pearls, where you can't even see where I've attached, you know, the wire through the beads, through the pearls. And but yeah, and then you've got your little buds of the ranunculus there with your fern. So that's that one as well. So again, I hope that helped, and it's given you an idea on how to do it the easier way without having to wire everything. So all the best, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye for now. Bye.